everybody. My name is Brandy and today I'm going to be talking about my Doc Martens collection. At the time of filming this video, I have 7 pairs. You heard me right, 7 pairs. I have 3 boots, 2 sandals, and 2 Mary Janes. So I'm gonna go in the order of which I bought them, like from my first pair all the way up to the most recent one that I bought. And then I'm gonna provide a little bit more information, like how much they were, where I bought them, shoe size, and just like a bunch of other like key information about each pair. And lastly, I'm gonna be including the link down in the description of each pair. There's only one of them that is discontinued, but all the other pairs they still currently sell. And before I go into this video, I just wanted to give y'all some background of why I have so many pairs and why I like genuinely am obsessed with Doc Martens. So unfortunately, I inherited my dad's wide ass feet. And I'm not talking about like your average wide, like bitch, my feet look like fucking squares. Anyways, I came across this brand when I was a teenager, and what I remember, one of the first checks that I got from Chick-fil-A when I worked there, that was my first job, I bought a pair of Doc Martens, and I've just been in love since then. And you know, just like people collect Jordans, I collect Doc Martens. And you know, they just have so many different colors and styles and different kinds of leather, and I just think that's so badass, and they're amazing quality. Like, I just can't get enough of them, honestly. And Doc Martens, if you come across this video, sponsor me. And so without further ado, let's get into this video. So the first pair of Doc Martens that I had ever bought were the Sinclairs. I'll put a picture of them right here. So the story behind these ones and why I picked them was because at the time I worked at this restaurant, and a bunch of people that I worked with had Doc Marten boots, and it was kind of like a fad, so to speak. You know, like I wanted to be included, but also I just thought they were really cool boots. And I hadn't had a pair in years. The last pair that I had, I lost them. Anyways, I wanted to try these in person because I knew that their sizing is not consistent like across the board. They're different styles. And I went to Nordstrom to buy these, and I tried them on, and I ended up getting the size 6. And I chose this specific style of boot because I really liked the zipper in the center, and I liked the overall look that zipper added to the shoe. But I also really liked that you could remove that tongue, like the zipper, and then it would be like a classic like lace-up boot. So it's kind of like a 2-in-1 kind of style. And the leather is a really soft yet tough leather, and I really loved the way that they felt when I first put them on. Like, they were so comfortable the moment I put them on. So at the time that I bought them, they were $200. I looked up recently how much they cost now, and it is $220. But I paid $200 for them, and this is the second most expensive pair of Doc Martens that I have. If you know, you know, and if you don't know, Doc Martens in general do have a break-in period, just like a lot of shoes, but there are some styles, and also due to the type of leather that they're made out of, are more difficult to break in than others, and are longer to break in than others. For this pair, I would say it took me about like a month and a half or 2 months to break in. I was double socking for a while, and they did give me some blisters in the beginning, like, you know, just like on the back of my heel, but after that it was very smooth sailing. If I had to give it like a rating scale, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, I would say like a 5 out of 10. The description for the Sinclair boot per the Doc Martens website is made from tough yet soft milled Napa leather. You can wear it with or without its statement front zip for maximum versatility or a customized look. Stacked on our chunky quad platform sole and marked with yellow welt stitching and a Doc Martens heel loop. So the next shoe that I bought, I actually didn't buy another pair of Doc Martens for like another almost 2 years, but I ended up picking a sandal. This sandal is called the Myles sandal, and I will put a picture of it right here. I do want to let y'all know that there are multiple like variations of this sandal. Like, this is the one that I have is the fur-lined variation. This pair I actually picked up from Nordstrom Rack, and it was, I want to say $50 at the time because it was discounted. Obviously it's a discounted store. And these are a size 5. These are the smallest size Doc Martens that I have in my collection. So in terms of breaking them in, I technically still to this day haven't really broken them in. Let me explain. So they're like, the way that the tag is set up, like inside one of the straps, I'll show y'all in a minute. It like rubs on my foot and it literally creates blisters. Like, it's a very poor place to put the like size tag. And every time I wear them, I have to wear them with socks, and they're just not my favorite sandal to wear. I have other sandals in my collection, and of course I already mentioned I have another sandal in a Doc Marten pair, but I don't want to throw them away because I do like them. I do like how they look, and they're not like horrible. Anyways, to put them on a scale of 1 to 10 on breaking them in, I would say like a 7, only because of like the tag where it's placed and like the friction that it causes if I don't wear socks. Built from silky EH suede with 2 gunmetal buckles for an all-day adjustable comfort, the Myles sandal is enhanced with a natural faux fur lining, welded on our sturdy, lightweight, Zabrillus sole with a ripple tread and software bed, finished with our signature yellow stitching. For my third pair, I got a pair of Mary Janes. These ones specifically are called the Felix Mary Jane, like some kind of number. I'll put a picture of it right here. Unfortunately, this is the only pair, like I was saying in my introduction, that is discontinued. This pair is a vegan leather. I have never owned any kind of vegan material like clothing or shoe, so this was a first for me. And I wanted to give y'all a backstory of why I ended up choosing this specific Mary Jane out of all the Mary Janes that they offered at the time. So of course they had different like styles and colors and stuff like that, but I specifically wanted a black one with gold buckles on it. So I did buy these at an actual Doc Martens store, but I did try on 2 other Mary Janes before I tried on this one that I currently have. And the problem that I had with them is I don't remember the exact leather that the other 2 were made out of, but they were very, very unforgiving with the straps. Like, of course, like, you know, you have to unbuckle them to put them on and rebuckle them. Like, the straps, like, I couldn't even get it to like the closest hole, like the biggest hole. And when I walked around and stuff, they just felt really tight, and like the leather was like really constricting my foot and stuff like that, and I really didn't like that. Even though the shoe looked really pretty and I did love the look, it just was so uncomfortable even just trying them on. Now, the Doc Martens salesman that was helping me out did acknowledge that these are more stubborn to break in and the leather is less forgiving in the beginning, and he recommended this specific Mary Jane that I have currently. He did tell me, it's like, it is a vegan leather, and he was like, let me explain, let me cook. And he had me try them on, and they were just so much more comfortable and a lot nicer to my foot as I was walking around and like making sure that this is something that I wanted. For me, the biggest selling point why I ultimately chose these instead of the other ones is how easy it was to take on and off. And I loved that it had like a real leather look despite it being vegan. And it was more affordable between this one and the other 2 real leather ones that I was trying on. I think for this one, I want to say I paid $150 for them, and the other ones are like $160, $170, something like that. Y'all, this was the worst shoe I have ever broken in, like across like all the fucking shoes that I've ever owned, and especially amongst my Doc Marten collection. I'm not joking when I say this. This shoe took me more than 3 months. 3 months to break in. And it did not matter like what I did or what I tried to wear to like accommodate to it. It gave me the worst fucking blisters I have ever had in my life. It didn't matter how many socks I wore. It didn't matter how many, like I tried 2 different inserts, like insole inserts. I put a bunch of band-aids on, and I was getting blisters on top of my blisters. And I still to this day have permanent scars on my heels from this shoe from trying to break them in. It was ridiculous. 100 out of 10. On my scale, 1 to 10, 100 out of 10. Horrible. Horrible.
Per the Doc Martens website, the two-strap Mary Jane shoe constructed from Felix rub-off, a synthetic leather substitute made from our famously tough standards. Both adjustable straps are fitted with branded antique gold buckles set on our classic airwear sole and punched through with Doc Martens' unmistakable yellow welt stitching.
So the fourth pair of Doc Martens that I ever bought were a pair of boots, and they're called the Jaden Crazy Horse Leather Platform Boots. I know that's one hell of a name. This is a picture of her. So a little bit of a backstory on this. I've always wanted a pair of Timberlands, like just like the classic brown one, like the construction boot looking one. I'll put a picture of it here. One day I was just scrolling on Instagram and they advertised this exact boot to me, and I was immediately like hooked. Like I was like, oh my god, let me check this out. And I was looking on their website, and then I was looking at the pictures, and then I was looking at like the description of the boot, and I really liked it. These were $210 more than my Sinclairs, and it's the most expensive pair of Doc Martens that I currently own. So other than like the construction boot looking aesthetic to it, I really loved that it had a zipper on the inside of the boot so that you could get in and get out of it really quickly. I also just really loved the brown. I wanted to get another boot, and I knew that, but I didn't want to get another black boot. Like I wanted something different, and I fell in love with this boot. I did order it online. It was the only Doc Martens pair that I have that I ordered online, and I took a gamble with it, and I got a size 7, and that fit perfectly. Because like I was saying earlier, the sizing across all like the different styles is not consistent, and you're gonna see that as I tell you the sizes of all these pairs.
Per the Doc Martens website, built from rugged Crazy Horse leather designed to mark and change with every wear, the upper is detailed with contrast ecru stitching, antique brass eyelets, hiker laces, and a brown and yellow version of our heel loop. The formidable quad sole is secured with a bitter chalk notched welt and yellow stitching, with the leather being a natural type oil finish leather.
My fifth pair of Doc Martens are their classic 1460s. They look like this, and it is one of the first boots that they have ever created and put together. It is in a size 7, and I actually purchased her from Facebook Marketplace. This girl was selling them because she said she bought it for a festival and wore them there, and she said that they're extremely uncomfortable and she just didn't like the way they looked, so she was wanting to sell them. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really remember how much I bought them for. I want to say like $50, $60, no more than $70 for sure. And I don't think that the laces that I bought them with were the original laces that the boot typically comes from, like when you buy it. Like they were really short. So I went to Doc Martens and I got different laces for them, and it was much easier to lace them up and wear them. And again, I didn't want to buy like the same color of boots that I already have, so these ones are in the cherry red color. Now, in terms of breaking them in, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I've been avoiding this one. I've had her for probably about a year now, and I've only worn her twice. They were just so stiff and just unforgiving, like the kind of leather that they're made out of. And they were starting to give me blisters, and you know, I'm just very traumatized from my Felix Mary Janes. I say all of that to say that I'm not gonna give them a break-in rating because I haven't done it yet.
Per the Doc Martens website, our unmistakable 8i boot started out life at the feet of workers and soon became a cultural icon. It's instantly recognizable by its yellow yelt stitching, scripted heel loop, unique sole tread, and other distinctly Doc Martens features.
My sixth pair of Doc Martens that I own are actually my personal favorite out of all of the 7. And you're about to see why. So these shoes are a Mary Jane. They are from the Doc Martens Wednesday, like the Netflix show collab. and this is from their second round. They did one a couple of years ago for the first season, and this one is in honor of the second season. And this particular Mary Jane is from like their Buzz style, which is super chunky and like really puffy looking. That's the best way I could describe it. But it has like those Wednesday Addams like details to it. It's actually a really, really cute and pretty shoe. So for this specific pair, I actually bought them at the Doc Martens store. I tried them on. I'm glad that I tried them on before I bought them because they run big. So these are a size 6. And because it was a collab, it was a little more expensive. They were $150, and they were actually a birthday present from my sister, like an early birthday present. And oh my gosh, y'all, I'm so excited to show you these because they're just so cute. But really quick, for the break-in period, they had no break-in period. They were basically like broken in like the moment I put them on. They have never given me blisters. They never like had a bunch of friction. They were never like super restrictive or anything like that, like typical Doc Martens. They were just a dream. Like they looked like a dream and they felt like a dream and they broke in like a dream.
Per the Doc Martens website, this limited edition silhouette from the Doc Martens Wednesday collection takes a gothic classic and gives it a twisted edge. Crafted from the technical mix of Napa and Luxe leather, the shoe is embroidered with stained glass inspired detailing, a nod to the dorm room windows at Nevermore Academy. The heel is embossed with the Wednesday logo, while the custom buckle design reflects the sharp, distinctive aesthetic of the series, finished with our classic yellow welt stitching and set on exaggerated, empowering sole. I do very much enjoy the sole, but I kind of wish that the spiderweb print were purple contrast, but it's still a very pretty shoe regardless, and I still love it the most out of my entire collection.
Okay, and for my last and final pair of Doc Martens, these are called the Dunette. I don't know how to say it because like whatever, but I'm gonna put a picture of it right here. The one that I have is the brown one. I think the other two colors that they have are like white and then like a sage, like mint kind of green. I specifically chose the brown one because of like the high contrast stitching, as you can see. So a little bit of a backstory. I actually was at a restaurant and I saw a girl with these sandals on, and I knew that they were Doc Martens because, you know, like the classic yellow stitching. But I complimented her. I was like, what kind of like, how long have you had, like, stuff like that? And she was like, oh, I got them a few months ago online. They're really comfortable. And I was like, yeah, they're really cute. But when I went online, they were sold out. And then I called the closest Doc Martens store to me, and I was like, hey, do you guys have this sandal still in person? And they were like, no, but they might do a restock later on. And I was like, okay. And then a year later, I saw an Instagram ad for them, and I almost bought them online, but the closest Doc Martens store had them in stock. So I went into the store and I tried them on in person, and I ended up buying them. I want to say that they were like $150, I think, or $140, something like that. So these ones are a size 7. And when I bought them, they were the last pair that they had in store. These were really easy to break in. For a little bit, I had to wear socks with them because of the friction on my heel. But after that, after it like molded to my foot a little bit better, I was able to wear them without socks. I want to say that the break-in was like a little less than a month, if not a month, somewhere along there.
The Dunette flower sandal is made with textured full-grain AR Rogue leather in kelp brown, with an archived-inspired floral cutout that's emphasized by contrast stitching across the upper. Built with a suede-covered foam footbed for enhanced comfort and adjustable buckle straps to help you find the perfect fit. Our grooved, air-cushioned quad sole platform sole is secured with a durable Goodyear welt and sewn with our classic yellow welt stitching.
Hi, hello. This is me on a different day and a different time. I just realized that I completely forgot to film an outro for this video. I just wanted to say thank you so much for clicking on it. I really appreciate your view and you checking it out. I hope to see you next time. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you later.